Yo, it's your boy, I'm so glad for another Madden video, and we are going to be going over the AFC West and talk about what every team needs to do in real life in order to get good and make their team in a playoff run. And we got a link in the description for the AFC North video and the AFC East video down below. So make sure you go and check those out. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And Jay Cutler will be talking about the Denver Broncos.
Hey guys, Jay Cut here. We're going to be talking about the Broncos. Now, looking at their base team, it's a young team, young quarterback, young receiving core, young line, young tight end. I don't really like the running backs, so we're going to be working on that. Now, defensive-wise, this is kind of an aging defense. One corners are young. Justice Simmons really isn't that young. Now, I don't know. The rest of it just looks pretty old, but we can do with that right now. Quarterbacks, it says we need a quarterback. I disagree with that. Now we're going to go look at the right ends. I disagree with that too. Shelby Harris, he's pretty good still. He's only 29. He's old, but not really old. That center position needs some work. Now, D-tackle, yep, probably. Maybe we can work with that. I don't know. We'll see. Now, right guard, disagree. Two really young guards. One's a 77, one's 71. Now we're going to be going over the key re-signs. And as you know, I clicked on Justice Simmons here. He just got franchise tag, so we're not worried about him. We are worried about Alexander Johnson and Shelby Harris. Those are the two main ones we're worried about. We're not really worried about Tim Patrick, Will Parks, any of those other guys. Philip Lindsay, no. We got Melvin Gordon. What's the point of having another good running back? Philip Lindsay wants paid to be a backup running back? No. We're not paying him. We'll draft someone else because, honestly, I don't like Melvin Gordon. Now we're going to be going over the rookies that we drafted. We drafted the guy from Northwestern, the tackle. He's a stud. I think he's going to be really good. He's played a lot of different positions in college. Now we're going to go second round. We're going to be drafting a running back, Travis Etienne. He's young. I feel like he fits the same mold as Melvin Gordon. Could take over, no problem. Then we're going to be drafting linebacker, middle linebacker, exactly. And we're going to be drafting the guy from North Carolina. North Carolina came out of nowhere, kind of a team you weren't really sure about. Now we're going to be signing people in the offseason. John Ross, get him another guy to make up for losing Tim Patrick. We're going to get Carl Lawson on to help the pass rush. He's going to be big because we moved Shelby Harris, the D-tackle, from the edge. So that gets that. Patrick Peterson, he's going to be our slot corner. We're going to bring in Brian Poole as another corner. I don't think that Patrick Peterson will drop that much in real life. I don't know why they had his overall drop that much. He's still pretty good. Now, here at the end of the year, we did finish 8-8, and we missed playoffs. Missed playoffs, we did. But something that you can blame that on, Drew Lock did get hurt, and I will be showing you some of these stats here coming up. We finished third in the AFC West. Now, back to the point, Drew Lock getting hurt. We did lose our start quarterback. We were stuck with Jeff Driscoll for most of the year, like about half of it. As you can see here, their stats really aren't that much different, except the yards, same amount of touchdowns, around the same amount of picks. Completion percentage a little different. Yards per game is a lot different, but I'm sure when you have your backup in, you're going to rely on the run game more. Now we're going to look at sacks. There's a big difference in sacks, 10 difference in sacks, and downs played really aren't that different. So you got to ask yourself, is Drew Lock really the answer here? Jeff Driscoll came in, did about just as good, if not better, some people would say, because of more touchdowns, less picks. We're going to also be looking, no wide receiver with 1,000 yards. That's bad, really bad. Now we're going to be talking about the Chargers here. Chargers, they got $35 million in cap, really young team right now. They're on the uprise, a couple good pieces away, and they could be set. I really like Hunter Henry as a tight end. The wide receiver core is good. This defense is young too, except for the corners. The corners really aren't that young, but we are going to be addressing that because we need to get a young guy in there to learn. And I don't know, the defense all around, this looks good. Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Kenneth Murray Jr., I like him a lot at linebacker. We're going to be cutting Michael Davis here. He's going to save us $3.2 million in cap here. He's our third string corner. But, I'm not too worried about that because, like I said, we're going to be drafting someone. Team needs here. We got left tackle. I 100% agree with. These left tackles are absolutely horrible. Cornerbacks, I don't really agree with. We got 2 studs right now, and then we got 1 slot that's not that good, but we're not worried about that. We'll get that later. Quarterbacks, disagree with. Justin Herbert's, he's the guy. Left guard, that could be upgraded, I guess. And then fullback, I don't know. I'm not too worried about a fullback. Play a tight end there or something. Now we're going to be going over key re-signs. Key re-signs here. Hunter Henry, that is a must. The kid is young, stud tight end. Another key re-sign, Mike Pouncey, one of the few good pieces they have on that offensive line. We need him. And I also seen that the kicker needed re-signed, and we are just going to go ahead and bring him back. You can get him for cheap. I don't know. He's all right, I guess, but we just needed to get a kicker that wasn't that bad, and he was the guy I liked. Now, defensively, first pick, you got to go corner, whether it's Patrick Surtain or it's Caleb Farley or it's some other guy. You got to go corner. Get one of the top corners so you can learn behind those 2 really good guys you got now. Now, next pick, we are going to be drafting the guy out of Notre Dame, the or right tackle, whatever he is. That's one of the tackles. He's good, too. He's going to help with filling one of those spots that is needed. And we are going to be going wide receiver here. Mike Williams, I think. He's on like a contract year. And honestly, I'll be trying to lose him. Antonio Brown is a guy that we brought in. He's going to be the 3. Kelechi Osemele, he fills that guard gap that we needed. And then defensively, you got to bring in another guy to help the secondary because, like I said, they're old. They might get burned a little bit. You got to bring in John Johnson. We're going to move Derwin James over to the other free safety. So now that's the overall team. I like them a lot. Now, the really disappointing year, 7-9 record, last in the AFC West is what they went. But you also got to keep in mind, this team is also young, really young quarterback. Really young running back, tight end, defense young for the most part. You finished 22 overall in the NFL. But you also got to remember, really bright future. And as you see in the beginning clip, Hunter Henry got hurt. That might have something to do with it here. Now, here is Orb to tell you about the Raiders.
Yo, all right, and let's talk about the Raiders here and just take a look at their team. Receiving core, I feel like it underperformed a little bit. We didn't have like a true number 1 guy. And offensive line, I'm pretty sure we got an underrated offensive line. We've released Gabe Jackson. I don't know why we did that. He was really good. Darren Waller, another really good addition to our offense. And our defense, well, that's what cost us the game right there. We need to revamp that whole entire defense. Now we look at team needs free safety. I agree. Jeff Heath, he cannot get it done. I like him. I feel he's a little underrated, but we just can't get it done with everything around him. Right guard, yeah, John Simpson won't be starting. I don't know why we released Gabe Jackson. That was like a really stupid move. And then it says we need left guard. It says that because our left guard is super old, but I feel like we can hold on to him just for a little longer. And we need right end. Farrell. Yeah, we drafted him. He really hasn't produced much. Hopefully he can turn it around. And we need a linebacker as well. Now we need key re-signs. And there are none. We don't got any cap. I mean, we do got $6 million, but we don't got. Most people are going to ask more than $6 million. I would like to get a little bit more on the defensive side, but anyway, now we go to the draft and we're gonna go Samuel Jr. I think this dude is really nice, and the Raiders need something on defense. They really do. So let's go with Samuel Jr. Here, I feel like he will step in, be the person that we hoped Arnett to be. By the way, I don't know why we drafted Arnett with our 22nd pick last year, something like that, because we could have got him in the second round if we really wanted him. There were better corners available. All right, and now I'm probably going to go defense here again because that's how bad the defense is. It is bad. And as you see right there, I'd love to take Jeremiah out of Notre Dame. He looks nice, but he's not lasting the second round. So we're going to go with Chris Rumpf the second and, star a better potential. Right outside linebacker, I would love to go take him. And I feel that we at least need to get at least one wide receiver during this whole entire draft. because Henry Ruggs, I feel like he will be good. He wasn't involved in the game plan as much as I'd like him to be. So I feel like Henry Ruggs will be good, but that's like the only bright thing in that receiving core. So let's go ahead and get Seth Williams. Why not? Just chuck up a third-round pick. Hopefully he turns up to something. And out of free agency, we got Marcus Williams. That's why I let them walk. I'd much rather have Marcus Williams than Jonathan Hankins. And I just feel like that will help our defense a lot. Jonathan Williams, and we get Samuel Jr. And we also signed Mike Rimmers, former Kansas City Chiefs right guard. We go ahead and sign him. And this is our final results right here. We're second round exit. But we made playoffs and we got playoff wins, so you know what? We'll chalk it up as a dub. We're taking a step in the right direction. And we were second in the AFC West, and we were 11th, I believe, in the whole, 11th in the whole league. So that is really good. That is a really good improvement. You know, the Raiders normally start off good and then they die down. Their defense starts to break. So, you know, I'll take it as a dub. All right, and now we're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's take a look at their team. Kansas City Chiefs, obviously, amazing team. They made it to the Super Bowl back-to-back years. Couldn't get it done this year, though. Tom Brady had to show him who's boss. So, really good team. It's same thing with the Raiders. They got a really high-powered offense. Just the defense is questionable. But, obviously, the Chiefs have a better offense than the Raiders. And then now we're going to go with the cuts because they're negative $18 million in cap. And we're going to go ahead and cut Eric Fisher. We save $11 million there. And we also cut Jeff Thomas, Tim Ward, and tons of no-names. As you see right there, team needs left tackle. Eric Fisher, we're cutting him after the season, but we would just want to show what it looks like before. We need left end, I agree. Left outside linebacker, I agree with that as well. And center, I mean, there's really no dire need to get a center, but yeah, we could improve from that. And middle linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, yes, he is old and taking up a lot of cap. All right, now we go to the key re-signs, and there are none because, again, this is another team that doesn't have any cap space, so I couldn't resign anyone. So, I mean, no one's walking, no, like, huge names are walking, but some good role players are definitely walking. They would love to keep Kelechi Osemele, I believe, but anyway, on to the draft. We're going to take Jeremiah out of Notre Dame, one of the best linebackers in the draft. And he will definitely help revamp that Chiefs defense because I feel if the Chiefs get even an average or a little bit above average defense, they will just win, and win some more probably. And what I think they need to do is also, I feel like they also need to take a look at the cornerbacks. I know I'm looking at middle linebacker here. They could use middle linebacker, but we're going to go with Josh Jobe out of Alabama, I think. Yeah, Alabama. He's slot corner. They don't have like one average. Well, no, they got probably one average. But they don't got like one above average, like one quarterback that doesn't set them above the top. So we're going to go ahead and take one there. And then let's go ahead and get center because we don't have a single center because we couldn't resign them. Like, I think down to our third-string center had to walk, so we needed to fill in there. And then we would normally show free agents, but we had absolute no cap space. All right, so now it's the final record. Final record here, we went 11-5. We were second in the NFL, and we were first in the AFC West. And we're second-round exits. It's obviously a step back, but nothing too huge. I mean, we were losing role players. No one wants to lose your role players, especially when you're a high-powered team. You know, they're going to be doubling Tyreek Hill, and then you go ahead and trick them and throw it to DeMarcus Robinson. But we lost DeMarcus Robinson. So, it was very good. At the end of the day, I feel like we all did good. All right, make sure you go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And check out our Instagram, Straight Smoke YT. Make sure to go check us out. We like to have fun there, and we post reminders about videos, and we always posting stuff on the story. So make sure you go check out Instagram, Straight Smoke YT, and also check the links in the description for AFC East and AFC North videos.